Yes! Yes! This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I am over the moon excited to talk to you guys about the first time since... Listen, I can't even talk properly, but I talk about Marvel Future Fight making characters relevant again with reworks, with uniforms, or with game modes, but they're doing it with existing game modes. They're doing it with timeline battle. Yes. Now, in order to understand what's going on here, why this is such an exciting moment, okay, you gotta bear with me here. This is a bit of an explanation. So, taking a look at this week's restricted list for Vibranium, you have a very crazy quadruple ban. You've got Jean Grey, Thanos, Doctor Strange, and Captain Marvel all into the dumpster. This is beautiful. This is exactly what I asked for like 2 weeks ago. Just ban them all. Throw them all in the gutter. You know, Wolverine's banned as well. Whatever, fine. Captain America's banned, Mr. Fantastic is banned, whatever. But those four are huge, especially Jean Grey and Doctor Strange. This is fantastic. Now the Platinum ban list is completely different. It's like Thor, Iron Man, and Valkyrie, and Victorious, and Scarlet Witch. It's nothing. But this ban list is absolutely amazing because it opens up a whole new door. Now, you've got to look pretty hard for where the door is. So let's first re-roll the tape here. I've been trying out a whole bunch of wacky teams, and I want to just go through them now with you and explain what's going on. So down here on the bottom, you're going to see all of the most popular characters for this week in Timeline Battle. So you're going to see a ton of Deadpool teams. Additionally, you're going to see Colossus on almost every single team. So you have to take that into consideration. This is going to make a lot of the fights more of like a slog, more of a grind. It's not a race, or it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. A lot of it's going to be a test of endurance. So characters that can heal, characters that can last longer, characters that you can take advantage of type disadvantages are going to do better this week. So of course Deadpool is amazing this week. Silver Surfer is also absolutely insane. Probably the two best characters this week for Timeline Battle. Again, both being paired with Colossus. You're also going to see a lot of Sentinel to try to counter Deadpool. So Sentinel lead is going to happen a lot. And then maybe Sentinel plus, Silver Surfer plus Colossus or something like that. You're going to see as well a lot of Strife. You're going to see a lot of Doctor Doom as well. They not only have the leadership, but they also have things that make them good. You're going to see some Ant-Man trying to counter some of these characters. And you're going to see some Spider-Man as well. And then the rest are characters that I've put in here to surprise you guys because these characters actually work. Yeah, that's right. The Hulk. Yeah. Wait till you see the kind of shit that I can pull off with Hulk. It's gonna blow your mind. So before we get into the actual matchups, let me just give you a quick rundown of some suggestions that I have for you to counter specific characters. Now, it's very difficult in Timeline Battle nowadays because you have to counter an entire team of 3 killers. And so, you know, building your team around one character to counter is kind of difficult. But the good thing is, as long as you have Colossus, you can counter or mitigate their Colossus. And you can also pick on teams that don't have Colossus. So you really only need to bring 2 out of 3 characters. So as far as countering Silver Surfer, I think he's one of the most difficult counters this week. Of course, the best counter to Silver Surfer is a better Silver Surfer. But I'll try to show you as well that Destroyer can actually counter Silver Surfer, which is insane. But the downside is that Destroyer is basically garbage against everyone else. Namor also has some value against Silver Surfer because of the fact that he has insane HP and he can one-shot Silver Surfer, which helps because Silver Surfer is annoying. He has the iframe ignore, he has the heal, he has the revive and the reflect. You can also try Deadpool, Ant-Man, and possibly Corvus. I mentioned Corvus because you can combo him with Colossus because he has the 15% damage reduction. Oh no, he doesn't have a reduction. He only has an increase. Okay, never mind. Just scrap Corvus altogether. He's garbage. Don't use him this week. He's not garbage, but don't use him. Countering Deadpool is probably going to be something like Sentinel, of course, the #1 option combined with Colossus. Silver Surfer works as well. Hulk works so well against Deadpool. Namor, Ant-Man. For Strife, Deadpool, Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Silver Surfer are my recommendations. Doctor Doom is the other really difficult character to counter this week because he has, you know, a heal. He's got long iframes that's good against everybody except Silver Surfer. He's got Ignore Dodge on his 4th skill, which makes him always a threat to, you know, one-shot Ant-Man and Spider-Man, so you can't really do that. And he's got really long range, so you can't use the sort of runaway tactic against him. But I would say Silver Surfer or Deadpool are probably good options against Doctor Doom. Against Sentinel, just bring along any good mutant, but you got to pay attention to who you're fighting, because if you bring mutants against Sentinel, you're going to do 0 damage. Against Ant-Man, Silver Surfer, Deadpool, Namor, Colossus, Doctor Doom, all the combat types plus the Universal Surfer and Doom. And then against Spider-Man, again, you're not going to see as much Spider-Man, but Silver Surfer, Deadpool, Namor, Colossus, Doom, pretty much the same list as Ant-Man is going to counter Spider-Man. But now let's get into the really, really crazy stuff. So we're going to start it off with this team right here. We're using Wasp as well. Now, Wasp is a pretty good option this week because she's going to give you the HP, the 10% HP, plus the all attack, all defense, which again, it's an endurance test. So having the 10% HP, having the 18% all defense is actually very helpful. And of course, the debuff lead is very helpful as well. So this team right here does surprisingly well. You will not believe me, but it's true. Check this out. This is actually insane. This is the rank 1 player right now. I checked his build. He's got CTPs of regeneration on all 3 characters. He's got good cards except for Ignore Defense. He's lacking Ignore Defense on his cards, but he's not a pushover by any means. Check this out. Yo, I'm gonna blow your mind right now. You're not gonna believe what's going on, but check this out. Autoplay. Yo, we're not even doing manual. So picture me on manual, but check this out. Check out the Hulk. My Hulk is good. My Hulk is above average, but he's not top 100. He's not even top 1,000. So you can go even crazier with this with Hulk. But man, like seriously, guys, I was using Hulk for absolutely nothing. This is the beauty. This is what Marvel Future Fight can achieve. This is the greatness of Marvel Future Fight that's untapped, the untapped potential. Now, part of this is obviously due to type enhancement. I'm rank 4, which is why Deadpool's doing so little damage. The other thing that's working here to my advantage is Colossus. So there's a combination of things. Colossus being given that buff to give us a 50% damage against superheroes has really opened like a whole new world of possibilities for timeline battle. But this is one game mode where we could see, you know, characters that are just above average characters, but we could see them absolutely shine under the right circumstances. Characters like Sentinel, characters like Hulk, other characters who don't even have their tier 3, and they can do it. This is honestly so amazing. I love seeing this, because it's like, if you're a Hulk fan, you're crying tears of joy right now. Could you imagine? You know how many teams you're gonna find like this? You're gonna find a lot of teams like this with Sentinel and Deadpool and Colossus, and you can literally autoplay these teams and rock their ass every single time. Now, yeah, I'm using a CTP of regen. It's not, you know, free. I obviously spent crystals to get it. There are some free ways to get it, or kind of semi-challenging ways to get it, like Captain Marvel Legendary Battle, but it's not a CTP of Rage, and I'm like a rank 4,000 Hulk. I have a heroic uniform. I've got 4-star Uru. Okay, this is not your top 10 build here, guys. So you might even be able to do it without a CTP of regen and under the right circumstances. I don't know. But this is either going to time out or I'm going to win straight up. And he also beats Colossus one-on-one on auto because his second skill is an iframe, and he, you know, basically just rotates through 2 and 3 and 1, a little bit of 5 sometimes. But this is absolutely, like, this is the thing that I'm jealous about Marvel Contest of Champions. In Contest of Champions, every character has value. Every character has a fight, has a boss that they can take down because of their specific, you know, value, and also because of the synergies you can create in your team. Now, this is a combination of Hulk's power, the fracture, the iframe ignore, and the really nice thing about Hulk's iframe ignore on his 3rd skill is that it's not an iframe. So that's really important against Silver Surfer. Now, I don't think Hulk is actually really that good against Silver Surfer, so I don't want to get you guys too excited. But the bad thing, the thing that's bad about Silver Surfer, the thing that's hard to counter, it's hard to beat Silver Surfer because if you use lots of iframes, he uses his 3rd skill and he punishes you. So you need characters that don't have a lot of iframes, like Namor or like Hulk. Hulk really only has 2 like legit iframes, 3 and 5, or 2 and 5. 1, 4, and 3 don't have any iframe really. There might be a little bit of iframe at the beginning of 4, but otherwise there's no iframe. So Hulk is potentially, and at tier 3, he would absolutely be a banger against Silver Surfer. But look at that. I never thought I would say the Hulk just soloed a team, the #1 Vibranium team, on auto in Timeline Battle in 2019 without getting a new uniform. This is absolutely flabbergasting. So if you want to come and check out this build, because this is absolutely bananas, check this build out. I'm ranked 3,951. This is not as good as it gets. We've got, you know, almost capped ignore defense, capped cooldown, 37 and 149 on the crit damage, which is not important. The important thing is the attack speed is 129. You want high attack speed to get through your animations, and the recovery rate is maxed out. And then you want as much HP as possible. Dodge is also a possibility. You could go for dodge if you had even more stats to work with, but definitely prioritize the recovery rate and HP, and then the attack speed after you get cooldown and ignore defense up. The uniform, as I said, is heroic. Again, it's nothing that special. Well, we got 2 mythic options, but we got 1 rare option here. The Uru is 5 and 4 star. Again, this is not amazing. I don't even have all the gears maxed out. I got a 20 and a 22 along with 2 25s. This is rolled to recovery rate. And then we've got type 4. This is important. It has to be at least type 2 to get the most out of it. Power of Angry Hulk, stage 8. It's not even that high. And then, of course, the CTP of regen. And it's not even rolled that well. It's 8% on the recovery. It could be 10%, and the shield could be 35%. So actually, he could be even tankier. So this is actually, honestly, in my opinion, amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. I showed you guys the 1 damage against Jean Grey. I showed you guys the 1 damage against Deadpool using Sentinel. This is the newest one. This is not some cheese tactic. This is not some 1% damage using Hela's leadership or Hela's passive, but it works. It works. Now, the other thing I want to show you guys is this. And this one, again, this is more cheese. This is not really a viable strategy because both Hela and Colossus are garbage. I mean, they're not garbage. Like, Colossus is not garbage, but Hela's not going to kill anything, and Colossus struggles to kill stuff. But Destroyer versus Silver Surfer, it's all Destroyer. And I bring these kinds of things to your attention not to show you some cheese tactic that you're not really going to pull off because it doesn't really work, but because look, I'm just going to stand here, by the way. I'm not going to do anything. It's because to keep these kinds of things in mind. Not every character is perfect. Every character has a weakness, and it's about finding that weakness and exploiting that weakness. So you can see here, if Destroyer got a uniform, if Destroyer became meta somehow, imagine he could be a legitimate counter. He's doing 4 a lot, which is kind of surprising to me. I might actually die here, but I'm going to kill him for sure. But he can actually become a legitimate counter to Silver Surfer if he got a level 70 Gear 25 uniform. And if you could put him on a real team instead of using both Hela and Colossus, I mean, you could actually still pull it off. You could do, like, you know, your own Silver Surfer lead, and then Destroyer, and then Colossus, and you could switch the Destroyer, kill their Silver Surfer, and then use your Silver Surfer to kill the rest of their team. You know, there's different possibilities that are out there for you, but knowing that these counter options exist allows you to keep that in the back of your mind. So if you ever come to a point where you have some extra resources, maybe you get some Destroyer bios from World Boss Invasion or something like that, and you're thinking, maybe Cynicalex was right. Maybe I should start building up Destroyer in the background, getting him ready for the day. Then I can crush these Silver Surfers using this combo. So I personally love making characters that are obsolete, making characters that have not been used in months on my roster. I love finding a place for them, even if it's just 10 timeline battles a day. That is more than Shadowland gives me. Shadowland gives me 1 stage per week. So honestly, I love the fact that Netmarble is really going all in and changing around the restricted lists. I know some of you guys are angry because your best characters are not relevant anymore, but your best characters are available 2 or 3 times a week for every single fight. Hulk is never good when either Jean Grey or Doctor Strange is available because they completely spank him, and so does Captain Marvel and Thanos as well. So just like the movie. And so, you know, you gotta give it to the underdog here. I love it when the underdog gets their moment in the sun. I would totally love for a new game mode or an existing game mode to be reworked to give these underdogs their time to shine. Thank you so much. This has been my TED Talk. Thanks for listening. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the bell, hit the like button if you enjoyed it. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you later today. Take care.